I never thought I'd see the day, but it's finally here.
Oh my god!
Yes, you saw that correctly. Later today, yesterday, there is a giveaway, so definitely check the description or the comments, tap into this tweet, and tap into the stream as well. We'll be getting 9 different winners live. Last night, instead of going to bed, I just started cooking. I was on Twitter talking about that 12:24 a.m. deck building, and honestly, at this point, I hadn't even found this combo yet. But I woke up very late. Maybe something happened in my dreams. Boom, I found the 10 cost Kuzan and Birdcage combo. I had someone on stream tell me 10 cost Kuzan is bad for the same reason I just said, but the fact of the matter is, if you play Birdcage in advance, then you play 10 Kuzan, you can clear both of your opponent's units. Now, I've heard the argument, oh, what if they just don't attack with one of the units? Okay, cool. That unit didn't exist for that turn, and if they attack with it on any future turn and we play a second Birdcage, boom, it's still gone. So it's the same thing. Of course, this is mainly a fun combo, but I think it's unironically a viable combo. This is a list, and this list is actually way different than the initial stream list. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what was going on with this list. For this list, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the main combo. We're gonna talk about the removal cards that help us actually get to our combo. We're gonna talk about blockers, and we have some really nice blockers in this list. Then we're gonna go ahead and talk about basically everything else, like the draw engine and stuff. Let's go ahead and get into it. So as you already know, the main combo of this list is 10 cost Kuzan and Birdcage. For those of y'all who are confused, yes, the first line of text does say 5 or less, like it requires the Doflamingo leader, right? But the second line of text actually isn't leader locked. So it has end of turn. If you have 10 down or 10 down cards on your field, you get to KO all rested characters with the cost of 5 or less. So this combos perfectly well with Kuzan, because the way it works is we can play Birdcage the turn before we play Kuzan. We can play like Birdcage and a blocker. We can block whatever big guy they swing with. Boom. Then we play 10 cost Kuzan. We rest whatever unit they played on their turn, and then we get to pop everything with Birdcage. As I mentioned earlier, some people's argument to this is, oh, what if they just don't swing with the unit they played? That's absolutely fine. Kuzan will still clear one unit, and if at any point they swing with that unit that's on their board, boom, we Birdcage it. As for the rest of this list, it's all to help us successfully get to Birdcage. So for the removal cards, we have Ryuma, Brook, and Weaklings Can't Choose the Way They Die. Yo, this card I actually should have played in the last video. I don't know why. Let's go and talk about each of them. So Ryuma is like the lowest end of removal. It's just good tempo. We get to KO a forecast. We just get to rest it and KO it guaranteed. Like against Ploofy, for example, rather than like swinging 9 into 6k body, which sometimes they'll let die, we get to get that guaranteed clear with Ryuma, which is very relevant. As for Brook, the reason I prefer Brook is the same reason as I mentioned in my last video. I think it's better than Sakazuki and Don Krieg because one, it trashes, which is going to be relevant against Marco from Shanks. And on top of that, unlike Don Krieg, where a card already has to be rested, we get to use leader ability to do -1, and then we get to use Brook to hit it for 5. Sakazuki is a bit better than this because Sakazuki KOs at a base of 5. So with leader ability, Sakazuki can actually KO 6. But as I said, we do want that trash effect. Lastly, we have Weaklings Can't Choose the Way They Die, and this is by far the most broken removal card in the deck. I actually can't believe I didn't play this in the last video. So if you use leader ability, you basically just pay 5 down to KO a 7 cost. That's absolutely insane. Combine this with one-legged shoulder, and we're actually spending 7 down to KO a 10 cost, which I actually used to help win a game against Teach yesterday. So this card's insane. You can also like play your opponent. So if your opponent's card that's on their board that you want to clear is 6 costs or less, you can actually pass the turn to them. And if they swing with that card first, you get to rest their leader and you get to KO that unit. So that's insane, right? We just got free defense essentially. So it's kind of like a mind game for your opponent. It's just such a strong card, man. And this card is also going to be really, really strong against Red Green Smoker, for example, being able to use leader ability to rest the Shigi, then we rest their Smoker and clear it. And this card is just going to help us like maneuver a lot. And even after we play 10 cost Kuzan, this card will just be hitting up to 11 costs by itself. So even if we don't draw another Birdcage, we can play like this to KO something, then play some blockers, or we can do like double clears with like this card and Ryuma. We definitely have a lot of options. Next up, we have the blockers. So these blockers are absolutely broken. So first off, we have Rosinante, which if your other rested characters will be killed, you may trash this card. So if we have our own board that we would actually like to protect from Birdcage, we can go ahead and use Rosinante to save our whole board. That's absolutely, I don't know if y'all understand how broken that is. That is absolutely insane. And I actually lost the game to Bonnie yesterday, where I didn't have my 10 cost Guzan protected. It just got 9 cost Shanks. If I had Rosinante, I would have had literally 0 concerns there. Next up, we have Bartolomeo. Somebody from chat recommended this yesterday, and this card is nuts, bro. So the way this works is we play this card, we rest our opponent's board, and bro, we're literally just drawing one and discarding one the entire game. Like, it's nuts. We're drawing one and discarding the entire game, bro. So this card is just absolutely incredible. By far one of the best additions I added to the deck. Lastly, we have this Rosinante. This Rosinante is like kind of whatever. It's searchable off Baby 5, but the main thing about this card is anti-Hody Jones tech. So if we play against a green leader and they're like, huh, what is this dude doing? He's just clearing my board and he's not attacking me. Boom, we can play this card. Hody does rest our board, yes, but Rosinante will go ahead and restand itself. So it's absolutely incredible Hody Jones tech. We're still going to be able to get that block route despite the fact that they did do Hody Jones. Lastly, we have the draw engine. So I already mentioned Bartolomeo, which this card drawing and discarding the whole game is so nuts. But as for the other cards, we still have Anupe here, which Anupe is really nice. So thanks to our leader being Thriller Bark, we'll actually be able to draw 2, discard 2. And this card actually has an insane effect where if we rest it, while Birdcage is on the board, Birdcage is going to kill our Anupe, so we'll actually be able to filter 2, discard 2. So all the Anupes we played throughout the game are going to end up drawing 2 and discarding 2 after this Birdcage effect goes off, which is going to be very nice to get rid of some of these bricks in our hands. As you can see, we have like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 bricks. So being able to filter out some of those bricks is going to be insane. And then we also have You Can Be My Samurai, which functions as more draw power to kind of try to find this Kuzan. Kuzan's former Navy, which means it's not searchable, so we're going to have to hard draw into it with cards like Anupe, You Can Be My Samurai, and Bartolomeo. That's it for the list. Maybe we'll find some more improvements in the future. Once again, as I said, this is just a list I found yesterday on stream. If you guys do want to see a little bit of gameplay of this deck, do check out the stream VOD. It's on YouTube or Twitch. Y'all can check out both of those. I realize that I don't have a proper gameplay video with the new list, so go ahead and leave that for the future. Once again, please tap into the giveaway. We're going to be live on stream again tomorrow. Maybe we'll cook up some more on stream tomorrow, and let me know what you guys think about this list in the comments below, and if you guys have any other cool combos or cool Perona decks you made. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.